All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the ESL Meisterschaft here as we get into our final series of the day. And it's going to be the grand final, a best of 5 between HeRoMaRinE and Lambo. Two players that have been able to work their way throughout the entire season here of the ESL Meisterschaft to find themselves in this point right now. As HeRoMaRinE has already been here quite a few times, 3 times to be exact. In the previous iterations of the EPS. And now Lambo, this is his best opportunity. They're really making a name for himself here. It would be the best time for him to really do something. Let's go over and quickly have a little bit of a look-see exactly how things are going to play out. As we already have the picks, it will be Echo Infernal Pools' second map. Wow, that was able to make it through. Impressive stuff. Coda, Varning Research Station, and finally Iron Fortress if we need it. So both Expedition Lost and Cactus Valley maps that are gone here to start things. Ooh, excuse me. To start things. So, fun times ahead. Fun times indeed. As that guy right there, Lambo, has it all to prove. Let's get into it. So we have our grand final here for the ESL Meisterschaft. And I'm going to keep saying it as I did. So let's jump right on in. Spawning up to the top left-hand corner is our blue Terran representing Team Mouse Sports. It is, of course, the 17-year-old. He's a Terran. He's blue. He's Marine. And spawning down to the bottom right-hand corner, another 17-year-old? 19-year-old, I should say even. It is Lambo. Currently teamless and looking for a team, so you could pick him up today for the small price of $12.99. All right, okay, let's get into it. Whatever. So, today we have seen a TVP, we have seen a TVZ, and now Lambo has to go up against a Terran that is very well versed in this matchup and doesn't play it out at all in a similar way to how Goody does. I'm not really anticipating too much mech from Marine. And if he does do it, I'm anticipating him being better locked down than Goody. That being said, in TVT, when we've seen Goody and HeRoMaRinE in the past against one another, Goody actually doesn't do too badly. So, anyway. All boils down to this best of 5 now. A huge thank you for joining me here, guys. I understand that there's other things going on, like DreamHack, for example. But we're having some fun here. I hope you've enjoyed it so far. I'm a little bit weird when I'm solo casting. Eventually my brain just melts away. But it's fine. It's fine. It's fun. I've shown parts of a wildlife documentary on the stream already. That was fun times. Fun times. And when I'm done with this cast, I don't have anything to cast for like a week. I don't understand what I'm going to do. My life is then meaningless because all I do is cast, all I do is play video games. Actually, I can just do the latter and play video games for an entire week. Ha 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 ha. Ingenious. Just keep yelling, Meisterschaft, and it will all be good. Yeah, of course, of course. When in doubt, Meisterschaft. All right, represented the base now. Lambo didn't have to deal with this at all when he was playing against Goody, but at the same time, wasn't really focusing down on those 2 drones that did micro themselves away and bought time for these Lings to get out, which are in turn buying time for the Queens to get out. Could head on down to the natural one here now, as there is a few more drones actually in production here. The Queen is about to pop, but a good save there on that first drone, going over to the extractor, making sure that he can keep it alive as nicely as possible. Second Reaper now joins the fray as this Queen is going to be able to batter off these 2 Reapers with Lings in tow. Not really losing any of the Lings just yet, almost losing 1, but will be able to keep them alive. I don't know if I should continue casting in that style, it's a bit weird. as 2 Reapers jump up into the high ground, and then we'll jump down to the low ground once again because the Lings are present. This is actually like a wildlife documentary. Good micro there by the Reapers as they will look to pressure that Queen as much as possible, not quite getting it. Drones get pulled off the line, and now a drone may end up sacrificing its life, but still gets turned into a Spore Crawler. Speed's about to finish up. These Reapers are going to have to get out of there. That's not exactly where you want to be sticking around. Not at all. So jumping on out and running away for now, as Command Center number 3 is about to finish up on the high ground. I think my pronunciation is okay. When I was younger, I come from the north of England, and the people from the north of England don't exactly have the best of pronunciation when it comes to the English language. So my dad would always correct my English all the time, and at the time I was like, "God damn it, Dad! You're such a rubbish, and you're so annoying." But at the time, now I really do appreciate it. I never thought I would end up getting into something like this as a job, so it just happened to be a boon. Happened to be useful. All right. Reapers as well as Hellions now looking to push themselves on forwards here. I am indeed reading the chat. Ice Colt. As the layer will morph in pretty soon here. So Lambo has a good opportunity with the guesses he has to maybe throw down a Spire if he wants, put on some aggression, put on some pressure. As these Hellions not doing too bad themselves, but the Queens are already buying time for this Spine Crawler to root in position, get that creep spread going over towards the third base. Spire now goes down, and he will seem quite solidified. Nice snipe out of that creep tumor. Maybe gets another one. Another one is going down next to these Queens, but doesn't want to fend forwards. As the Baneling Nest gets added on as well. So good old El Clasico here from Marine and Lambo. So we'll push him on back. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. It's very rare I have to actually solo cast, but it's a lot of fun when I do. I don't mind it in the slightest. It's basically where my roots are in commentary, because I had to do all this obviously when I was living in Finland and when I was trying to basically train to get this kind of job. Yeah, probably Margin Freddy, probably. Sorry, buddy. But then again, Richard sees a lot of people hating him, and he doesn't care in the slightest. So a lot of people in esports have got thick skin and don't really care too much. I wouldn't worry too much about it. It's a good wraparound by the Lings, which eventually clean this up. And he will be able to deal with it. Nothing, man, I swear, you just have like a drinking game. Like, whenever he mentions Finland, I actually haven't mentioned it for a while, but there you go. All right, good army set up at the moment here by HeRoMaRinE. Likewise, I assume he should be ready for the Spire transition as it comes along. Plus one weapons are started up for those Mutalisks as well. Double evolution chamber. We even have another expansion trying to be planted down on the left-hand side, slightly towards his opponent. So an ambitious place to throw that down. But because his creep spread is so much advanced up there, it's not too bad at all. Should be able to lock it down. Sue on me, sue on me. That was for you Finnish guys out there. All right, so finds himself a few SCVs. Yeah, I always get weird when I solo cast. It's fine. It's fun. It's fun. It's going to be even more fun when I start streaming on my personal account at some point. When I have a better PC at home and when we have things set up here in the office, I'm going to be personally streaming on my account. So if you'd like to follow me, you can go to twitch.tv/KyleAris, where I'll be streaming fun games and it will be lots of awesome times. As here comes the pickup from HeRoMaRinE, just to get out of there for now. Lambo is playing a good, solid, straight-up Lingbane Muta style at the moment. Really on lockdown. Not much damage being done to him on the other side of the map. And the problem for him, though, that does arise is that his double evolution chamber was quite late. You'll offer me a bear? Uh-oh. I wish I could cast in Finland. I really want to come back to Finland to cast something. And if you're offering me a bear, I mean, I'm not sure I'm not sure I'll pick up a bear. Okay. Still a good defensive setup here. 23 Banelings. That Widowmine at the back is very important. The Banelings actually move on forwards and don't get quite the crushing blow that they want to at the very front there. And still the cleanup continues. HeRoMaRinE can't quite easily press that on. Good little counter-attack here by Lambo to just force some kind of reactions here from Marine. So probably lost a few SCVs during all of that. Doesn't want to be losing any Mutalisks, though. Doesn't want to be losing any Mutalisks. You'll offer me a teddy. I guess if somebody really wants to give me a teddy bear, I can accept that. That's fine. Lots of Kappas in the chat. Lots of Kappas. More than I'm used to seeing. When did it all of a sudden become Finnish chat? What is going on? All right, anyway, Drilling Claws on the way. As 2-2 is about to hit. A big problem for Lambo is that, yes, as much as he's putting on all of this aggression, he hasn't started himself 2-2. And if he's looking to rival a Terran here with 2-2, then that's going to be difficult, because 3-3 will be on the way pretty soon at some point. Huvud paiva and all that. Ongo dalavese, ja. Nee. Nee. Okay, anyway. All right, so killing off missile turrets here in the back. And that's always nice. But so many Banelings coming in. Lambo is just trading up against it all the time. +2 flyers going down, but he still hasn't started. +2 on his ground. There we go, there's the melee upgrades. No 3-3 here just yet for HeRoMaRinE, who's trying to trade off in the middle. Push on forwards again, maybe. Uh-oh, he's losing so many of his Mutalisks. He's losing all of his Mutalisks. What's going on? Oh. Well, that's a bit of a disaster. That is a lot of damage been done there to Lambo. And HeRoMaRinE could probably just push on for the victory. He sees all these Banelings morphing in. He could easily get on top of it very, very quickly and shut this down. He has very little left to his name. He doesn't have +2 weapons anywhere near completion. He's going to pick up and get out of there. And yes, he will push him back. But can he push off and stave off the next wave of assaults here from HeRoMaRinE? As a few more Banelings will die off. And even if they don't die off, they're rolling into Marauders anyway. Still more reinforcements come along. Only against Zerglings. A few more Mutalisks are there, but they're going to die very, very quickly. And this Bioforce that we're seeing here from HeRoMaRinE is way, way too much. This game has been bizarre, to say the least. In how the engagements have gone down and where the upgrades have been here for Lambo. GG, game number 1 goes to HeRoMaRinE, our young 2-time champion, EPS champion. Champion EPS champion, that's what I said. You heard me right. No, that was totally wrong. Good game by him. Solid, just stable macro focus. Well-rounded throughout. Lambo looks a little bit tired, gotta say. And maybe some of those slip-ups were due to that. Gonna drink himself some Red Bull. And yes, we are at the ESL studios here in Cologne. I am upstairs in Cologne, in our ESL studios, because I have been relegated to the box. To the box. It's not quite a box, it's fine, it's totally cool. It's a nice little studio here. So a huge thank you for joining us so far, guys, for the ESL Meisterschaft, as we have 1-0 at the moment in the finals here, with Marine leading, in comparison, of course, to Lambo, who can't easily get going just yet. But there is definitely the potential that he can come back. He showed glimmers of hopes there. Very, very strong macro focus on how many units he had, not necessarily on the upgrades he had, and obviously sacrificing all of those Mutalisks in the middle of the map. Didn't go too far to try and give him a victory anyway. So we are going to be hopefully getting into game number 2 pretty soon. Should be fun times. I hope you enjoy the little pin that I've got wearing at the moment. Do we tweet pictures of our... No, that's no, and Chev89, no. Game number 2 on the way here for our grand finals of the ESL Meisterschaft. As we have Inferno Pools, and oh my god, Inferno Pools. First time we're going to be casting that. As we do have, spawning up to the top left-hand corner, it's our blue Zerg, it is Lambo. Currently teamless, pick him up, fellas. Sponsor him with your pizza company. I don't know. Italiano Lambo. That's what you can. That's the team name. And down to the bottom left, it's Marine. Woo! Listen to the cheers. Obviously, guys, hashtag Meisterschaft and tweet at me, Kyle Aris. Just the hashtag, nothing more. You don't have to even write anything else, just hashtag Meisterschaft. Perfect. A perfect evening here at the ESL Meisterschaft. I wonder how many times I could put that in a cast. Like, just a single game's cast. Every sentence fit in ESL Meisterschaft. All right, gas first. Was it gas first? Might have been... okay. It's fine, whatever. The point is that there's gas, and he can have Reapers out soon, and he can put on some pressure if he wants to. It's also not a bad map for Reapers, to be honest with you. Can control a lot of space. Jumping on around and poking about and doodly-da, doodly-doodly. There's a little bit of a jump at the back and higgledy-piggledy into the main bin, the natural. The spawning pool is going to be added on as well for Lambo. Do you know that Kylar solo casted an entire best of 69 between Snoot and Baby Night for more than 13 hours? That is entirely true. He was dead by the end of it. But all the games were really weird. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. Thank you for pointing that out, Slavek. Why? What the hell was that for? That was a long time ago. That was back when Snoot didn't really have his breakout performances and nobody really considered him to be like one of the best foreigners of all time. But it was a lot of fun. Certainly was. Snoot and Baby Night back then were very, very good friends. I imagine they still are. Baby Night obviously transitioned over to Dota. Now we have this little Reaper moving on in. I'm pretty sure it's the record for the longest solo cast. And by solo cast, I mean proper solo cast, not like just wishy-washy. I was always good at solo casting back in the day. I haven't had to do it for a long time now, though. Sometimes I do it for heroes, actually. Sometimes I do it for heroes, but only very rarely when I have to do some replays. I actually had to do some recently because there was a... What was there? There's going to be a patch, and when the patch hits, you can't actually watch games after, from before a patch. So Heroes has the problems that StarCraft once had, which is funny, but whatever. Reapers doing their thing, but we've seen this time and time again as... Did he make a third Reaper? No, I don't think so, right? No. That must have been pretty exhausting. Yes, it must have been. It was quite exhausting. Oh, we have hashtags Meisterschafts being tweeted at me. Thank you very much, guys. Hashtag Meisterschafts. You guys are funny. Good job, guys. Good job. Okay, so. Oh, are those Finnish sausages? I remember those. They were tasty. Anyway. Okay, let's get into this game. It's going to be a 2-base Spire play here from Lambo. And then on the other side, I think he got a 3rd command center pretty quickly. The Reaper, I'm not sure how much it really saw, actually. But the important thing is it sees a lack of 3rd base. Yes, all right, Firebug. No, don't kill it. Ow. I don't think can you kill those ones? I'm not sure. The Germans talking about the little Firebug here, no doubt. What's wrong with tasty sausages, guys? You funny. All right, the Hellions have coupled up with the Reapers as well, but this Spine Crawler bobbing about, doing his own little thing, dancing to Smooth Criminal by Michael Jackson. He's going to be able to shut that down. Reaper jumped in and had a look around. I think he should anticipate now that it is a 2-base Spire play. With gold being taken and lack of creep spread. Ambitious. Ambitious play here by our Zerg. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Oh, Marine. Oh, okay then. Alright, Mr. Thor. Just running out of there. Oh, the Shroud! Oh, they got a juke! Juke and jive, juke and jive, juke and jive! One gets caught. Oh, juke and jive, juke and jive! Ah! Okay, another one. Juke and jive. Keep juking and jiving. Ah, it's gonna lose all of them. Oh God, oh, it's horrific. It's a massacre. Ah, well, yeah, that's not so good. Good movement there by Lambo. Good movement. Ow, 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 my neck. What does the word Kylaris mean? Is it some Finnish word? No, Kylaris was actually a mixture of my own devices, as I took inspiration from Greek mythology and a little spin on it at the very end that I kind of liked the sound of. Oh, at the beginning of it even. So there you go. That's where my name derives from. It's not really much. The thing is, though, I created it and I'm like, huh, I've never heard of that before. I've never seen that with anybody with that name before. I'll use that. And I think it was probably about 10 years ago now, at least when I was in England, and I haven't been in England for like 6 or 7 years now. Jesus, it's been that long. Bloody hell. All right, anyway. Killing off SCVs here and there. Lambo doing good, trying to tie things up. And he's got centrifugal hooks as well as one. He realizes it's going to be the lovely good old mech. He actually just let those slings in. It was a trap. Ha-ha! Fiery trap of death. Who's the other caster? There is none. It's just me. Unless you want me to do 2 accents at the same time, then yeah. Okay, let's see. So Roach-Warren really needs to finish up against this, and then just power on forwards and kill, kill, kill. HeRoMaRinE a little bit supply blocked here. Needs some of these supply depots to really kick in. But with the gold base being taken and then a 4th base up towards the right-hand side, this is looking pretty sweet here for Lambo at the moment, in my opinion. Hive's on the way. Hydralisk Den's on the way. If he gets a hive, then he can use Viper to abduct a drone from one side to the other to take the base in the middle of the lava. Learned that from Reddit, I did. Learned that from Reddit. It's kind of funny. Didn't realize. I think they're talking about it right now, actually. That's funny. Unless they're talking about flying a command center over here and making some missile turrets. That works as well. Okay. So how many Hydralisks and Roaches does he even have? Not too much. His 4th base is going to be up and running soon. James, why are you here? Apollo on DreamHack without. Yep. Sean does DreamHacks. That is true. If he hadn't have been doing DreamHack, he would have been here with me. But it's cool. If we do it this way, we cover twice the amount of StarCraft in that particular time. So that's pretty sick, actually. That's quite efficient, let's be honest. 3 Vipers. Hellions get destroyed. And this small... I said this small force, I mean this big force. It's got quite a few Thors with that. He has done mech a little bit in the past. Not too much nowadays, but he can still pull it out whenever he wants, and he's mixing things up to try and catch Lambo off guard. But the problem is that Lambo's... Oh, he's gonna get a free tag, free zigzag. Don't let it get out. Okay, well that was easy enough. And this is a really good position for him, but he only has 1 siege tank. Is he just gonna die here? Okay. Actually abducts one of the siege tanks into it, and also the Blinding Cloud hit one of the siege tanks and then denied a lot of damage from it, so he was able to get onto that one really, really quickly. This Roach and Hydra Force should be able to kill off the majority of these Thors. I'm not sure how they're really going to be able to stand up against this. Even one of them is just killing, like, drones and other things down towards the low ground. That was pretty brutalized. And now that's pretty much GG if Lambo just steams across the other side of the map. That was really ugly. That was really, really ugly. So, good stuff by Lambo. Able to shut that down pretty fast. Didn't even lose the hatchery at the 3rd base. And now just running up against this kind of siege tank wall. There's really not that many of them. 5 siege tanks in total. As he busts through those Hellbats at the front, he'll get on top of these siege tanks. He'll kill those off. And that should be GG, to be honest with you. He's got 50 more Roaches on the way. That Planetary Fortress is actually going to buy him so much time here at the natural, 3rd base even, I should say. And those 2 siege tanks on the high ground that bought him off on the thingy. So, okay. A little bit of an overextension in voice, as it's not over just yet, but it should be soon. Good Blinding Cloud. Gonna have to move on out of that. And he had some siege tanks behind it, so thankfully for him, he's not gonna lose too much at all. But that Planetary Fortress gonna fall down. Bye-bye. It's not easy to save that when there's that much firepower hitting it. So this is just a slow death at the moment, because I'm not sure he can keep up his tank numbers against this. They are going to wane. They are going to dwindle. With this Roach and Hydra just pressing up against it, he's losing a lot of SCVs as well. And as much as those Hydralisks don't have that many Roaches left over for them, they're still able to do the business against some of these siege tanks. And there you go. GG. Game number 2 goes to Lambo, tying up the series. Good job there by Lambo. Likewise, I need a drink. I hope they go to a break, so I can grab myself a drink as well. That would be very kind of them. But good stuff by Lambo to tie it up. Admittedly, that tie-up may have come at the, you know, the price of what HeRoMaRinE was doing there. Obviously, he went for mech, not exactly something we were really expecting too much from HeRoMaRinE. But I don't know. I think the thing is that Lambo is well worked up against mech at the moment, because he's had to practice of knowing that he was going to at least play goody, and thus you kind of want to practice a lot against mech. And they are going to a break, as you can hear. So we'll be right back, guys. The ESL Meisterschaft Game number 3 very soon between Marine and Lambo. All right, welcome back to the ESL Meisterschaft as we are in the grand final now, and it is 1-1 between Mr. Lambo on screen and, of course, the dreaded Marine to the left. 2 times EPS champion looking to repeat once again. As we have spawned down to the bottom right-hand corner, it is our blue Zerg Representing no one at the moment, currently teamless from Germany, it is Lambo. Doing rather well for himself in game number 2. The fear of God's put into him as he fights for justice and freedom. And up to the top left-hand corner, of course, it is our Red Terran. Representing Mousesports, it is HeRoMaRinE. As Hades himself cowers in fear, Marine walks the path of light and justice. All right, great stuff. So, we are on Coda to get things going here in game number 3. And figure out exactly how this is going to go down. And still, I would give Marine the firm advantage. As he's looked good throughout the past couple of seasons here of the EPS, then transitioning into the Meisterschaft. Lambo, though, firm contender. For me, Lambo, if he were to win, he would be that Hamphy story. A few seasons ago, I think probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seasons ago, maybe. That's my guess. I'm going to look it up now to see if it was 7 seasons ago. 7 seasons ago. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Damn, 8! 8 seasons ago. I can't believe I can remember casting this back in 2012. Hamphy was our EPS champion, where I cast it all the way back at the end of 2012. And he was to never repeat a final again. Never to repeat a final again. So now, let's see if Lambo can make it here. Make it or break it. Because we do have that Reaper opening to start things off. Second Reaper's going to be able to pop here soon for Hamphy as well. And Lambo has already got his speed on the way. Pretty soon, I should say, actually. Not just yet, in about a little bit of gas's time. As he had that gas on the way in, having taken that a little bit ago. Gonna have to have these 4 lings. Drones micro buy time to get the lings out, to then get the queens out. So the lings pop and start chasing on away. Not too bad. Speed starts. The Reaper putting on the pressure at the beginning means that Lambo can only do one thing, which is defend. Very difficult to send anything across the other side. Sometimes you see that Zerg trying to sneak out 2 Zerglings over to the other side to delay a command center. But that is not this game. Not today. There's this Queen getting quite ambitious. Almost got itself a Reaper, but not much more than that. That was a lot of damage taken, but fends it off nicely. And we will have more queens about to pop, just transitioning one Reaper to a queen even, I should say. Swapping the queens over so that if he pokes at the front again, it will have a harder time dealing with this queen as it is now at full health. These Reapers jumped in and expected half health queen. And imagine if it was, because that queen, who was on half health, would be almost dead. The old swap over to get those Hellions on out and look to put on pressure with these Reapers that are already there in turn. HeRoMaRinE probably going to go down the path of bio once again in this game, as we already saw that fare very nicely in game number 1. Just pure macro was able to run Lambo over. Obviously good micro as well, let's face it. It is a professional StarCraft 2 pro gamer. He's just building off himself here, making sure that he can actually be on lockdown. Layers morphing in across these 2 bases. Only 3 gas has been taken, though. So no decision here just yet. There's the 4th now. I was about to say no decision just yet to go over towards the Spire play. With 3 gases, I would have expected more of a ground-based range style. But now with all the gases extra being in, it's looking more likely to the Ling Bei Muta. I think Lambo realizes that game number 2 was a bit of a blip for HeRoMaRinE. And he will be transitioning over to that bio style once again. Stim is on the way. Plenty of SCVs being produced, and even though just a few Zerglings grab themselves a Hellion, are they going to get a second? Whoa! Very, very close. HeRoMaRinE, you've got to be on lockdown tighter than that, son. Again, the pokes continue. HeRoMaRinE trying to find a weakness. It's going to be Ling Bei Muta again from Lambo. As HeRoMaRinE doesn't really have any avenues on which to attack from. Jumps in with the Reapers, looking for a Queen kill. If he could get anything here, especially a Queen kill, it would be nice. Queens or drones, beautiful pickups regardless. Shut down some of that lava injecting capability. Tries to zone out here with some of the drones, and he gets back to that, so very, very well done. But he could be on a suicide mission now, considering that there's all these Lings have popped. And a Queen for 3 Reapers. Is it enough? Don't think so. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. But the problem is that he had extra 3 Queens anyway, so he can still lava inject across these hatcheries and not really miss out on too much of an opportunity there. So he should be totally fine. And his creep spread's looking pretty nice as well. Not so much the extent of it, but the fact that he has that many creep tumors actually being able to extend themselves out in the near future. So it's funny, because when I said in the near future, I actually looked at my wristwatch. I'm like, yeah, that's really going to tell me. I'm very animated when I cast. If anybody watched the video of Todd's, at the very end of WCS Season 1, where I'm actually casting the finals with Nathanias, you can see how animated I can get. But that's like when I get like really, I'm going to go here, #passionate. So there you go. All right. Sentry looks about to finish up here for Lambo. So his Ling Bei Muta will gather some momentum pretty soon. At the same time, though, HeRoMaRinE has control of the middle. Maybe not for much longer, though. As Mutalisks will push that away. Marine's likewise going to give chase. And it will be for nothing if he's not careful. What is moving on to the left-hand side? Is it Overlords with... I think it's Overlords just spreading themselves out with Overlord speed. Has to pick up and get out of there, realizing that's quite a lot of Zerg. And does he even have the reinforcements here to really keep all this alive, is the question. Needs to focus on these Banelings on the right-hand side that are flooding on forwards. Good separation, good splits. But will it be enough? The Marines actually caught themselves quite a few of the Mutalisks. But Banelings are rolling into the mineral line, and he actually just crashes them in. Oh, dear me. Is this a disaster for HeRoMaRinE? Is Lambo actually going to be able to go on to the rubber match here? This is so much Zerg at the moment. 2 Widowmites going to burrow themselves. They really need to get good connections, good detonations. The wall will hold, but the third base is completely sacrificed. This position is gone. Really good moves here by Lambo, really piling on the pressure at a time where I don't think HeRoMaRinE expected it at all. And now he will set himself up. Another defense begins here for HeRoMaRinE. Try and shoo off these Mutalisks. They're being oh so pesky at the left-hand side. But Banelings are morphing in. This wall could come crashing down very soon. He needs to separate some Lings forwards. Try and soak up those Widow Mines if he can. And actually forces the repositioning. They do have drilling claws, but they end up falling anyway. Here comes the Zerg, pushing on forwards throughout the entirety of this natural. The Marines have tried to split up as best they could, but Lambo here, with a lot of power behind him, is going to be able to kill off the majority of these Marines. Here come more Banelings. There's really not that many Marines left. The Mutalisks are going to go to fight them. And he's chased him all the way back to his supply lines. Into between these barracks is where those Mutalisks can happily live. Like pigeons nesting on your roof. And unfortunately, I'm not sure he'll be able to make enough Marines out of this. With the Lings coming along forwards as well. This is Lambo's triumphant victory here in game number 3. In a very, very impressive little turn of events. GG, game number 3 goes to Lambo. And we will be going to the rubber match in favor of this young chap right here. Maybe a little bit of a shake there in his hand as he's very, very close to becoming champion here in Germany. And if he does become a champion, he will be our first Zerg champion in the EPS or EPS system into ESL Meisterschaft for almost 3 years. Quite the feat, quite the feat. Mr. HeRoMaRinE, though, if he falls today, it will be his second time in a row in a final that he has fallen here in Germany, as he did fall to Showtime in the previous ESL Pro Series winter season 2014. It's the Meisterschaft, as we now bear down on game number 4. Could listen to your sweet voice all day. Thank you very much, really hot guy. I do try. Would you believe it's my profession? Would you believe it? One day I'm going to go into radio and I'm going to talk about football that I know nothing about. I'll be like, Zavrotti passes it down to Bescardelosi. Spegardelosi goes for the cross. Oh, beautiful header! And I have never watched or cared about football ever. All right, anyway. I just made all those names up. I have no clue what I'm talking about. Spawning down the left here on Varney Research Station here in the grand final of the ESL Meisterschaft. It is our blue Zerg. It is Lambo. 1 game away from crowning himself as the ESL Meisterschaft champion. And then up to the north, our Red Terran representing Team Mouse Sports. He came second last season. Will it continue? Will it happen again? It is HeRoMaRinE. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, I'll stop. Does HeRoMaRinE have the fortitude to carry on? As at the moment, Lambo is doing well. Does Lambo bring something aggressive to the table here in game number 4? We've seen him do it before. Can he do it again? HeRoMaRinE has a very good shot of being able to come back, being able to tie this up 2-2. He's one of the best in Germany for a very good reason. Stop that now. Okay. Or as Todd would say, stop it. All right. So. Lambo. It's going to be gas after all of that. So I think he's anticipating Reapers again. On a map like this, it's very important to anticipate some kind of Reaper play. Can be powerful, can be strong. There's so much cliff to jump up. You've got to be wary about that. Once again, guys, a huge thank you for tuning in. I know that there is DreamHack going on and stuff, but you guys have stuck it out here with me for the ESL Meisterschaft. As I don't even know if the DreamHack finals have begun yet. I'm actually going to check myself. And if they haven't, why haven't they? Is the question. Okay, they have. Gumiho versus Parting. Probably going to be a good series there. There is the Roach Warren going down, 4 minutes 30. And kind of what I was expecting, to be honest with you. Maybe something a bit aggressive here. A Roach opener, 9 Roaches or so. Didn't start his speed. It lines up nicely for 9 or so Roaches. And will this catch Marine off guard? The big question here for Marine is, A, where is his scouting at the front? B, he has a bunker on the way, but he's going to have Hellions. And where is a starport? Banshee can be very, very useful against this, but it's not like he's rushed to a Banshee or anything. So here come the Roaches. This could be devastating here for HeRoMaRinE. This could be very, very bad for him. 8 Roaches in production. SCV now dawdling across the map. I think the SCV was spotted by Zerglings, and the Zerglings are going to zone in on that SCV's position to try and kill it before it knows too much. You know too much. Death is inevitable. All right, okay. Oh, he saw the Roaches, he saw them. And now he's got to prepare. How much does he do, though? The Hellions, they're not staying home. They kind of need to stay home. Everything he needs. I don't think he spotted this. The Hellions now will. He really needs that Banshee out very, very quickly from that starport that's about to switch up. But the Hellions fall. How many units does he even have? I think he has like 2 Marines, and that's it. Another bunker's going to go down. But this is panic mode here for HeRoMaRinE. This could be a lot of damage done. Lambo smells blood in the water. SCVs come off the line to repair as quickly as possible to make sure that this bunker is not going to fall. But if they get that supply depot on the left-hand side and just walk up into this base, I'm not sure what he's going to do. He's going to go straight for that supply depot. The SCVs can't quite easily rotate around there because there's no gap in between all these buildings. He's going to walk straight past these bunkers, and this could be a disaster. He's got 1 Marauder finished. That's a great unit to have here. But will it be enough? He's going to lose quite a few SCVs. The Roaches really want to put themselves behind this mineral line, away from where that Marauder is, and just get SCV after SCV. Oh, the Widowmine doesn't burrow. How much damage is he going to be able to do here? He's at 41 workers against 25, 24, 23. It's slowly plummeting further and further down. 22 workers against 41. But you've got to remember, he has triple command center. So, triple command center can come back from this spot. Can come back from this position. 3 SCVs at any given time. Triple mule. Cloaking's now on the way for these Banshees. That has to be accommodated for. He has to throw down Spore Crawlers. Yes, the Spire is on the way, of course, but he needs to make sure he's not going to take damage in between that would even things up in the worker count. Still got a few Lings on the way. He's scared of the counterattack. And he hasn't been able to mine from a 3rd base because it just wasn't even there. All right. Hellions poking around. Another 2 are going to join up with the front ones at the front. And maybe they want to even run into the main. It's an ambitious move, but the Banshee at the back is closing in on the Zerg's location. As Roaches just have to dance back a brief moment here. Rally forwards with them and their queen friends. And now that this Banshee does have Cloak, however, it's a bit irritating. Hellbats morph in. HeRoMaRinE is looking to even things up. There's a lot of Lings that's going to get rusty very quickly. They don't have speed. Oh, and even the drones. Oh, dear. Oh, no. Roaches alone are not having the easiest of times against these Hellbats. My Hellions and Marauders are able to join the fray. Uh-oh. The Marauders alone are annoying. Never mind these Hellbats that are going to town on everything, killing off some drones down to the bottom left-hand side. There was also Roaches isolating out of position there. The Banshee's still going ham in this mineral line, quite low though. Not that many reinforcements, a few Marines as well as some Hellions. And the second Banshee is able to enter, as they will clean up the Hellbats. But if he kills off all of the anti-air, how is he supposed to deal with this Banshee? He needs to buy time. He needs to scramble around with these Roaches and buy time for the Mutalisks to pop out, and then he will be able to clean this up. But he must not lose the Overseers to that Viking. Phew. Close calls here for Lambo. Close calls. Very, very close. Lost 2 Overseers as well as 3 Overlords there for his troubles. That Viking worth its weight in gold for how much damage it did. And now he starts Overlord speed. 4 more Overlords are on the way. Needs to get himself out of that supply block. Needs to make sure that he's gonna replenish any kind of supply lines down to the bottom. Double Thor production on the way. So it's mech once again here for HeRoMaRinE, but he's going into a mech style that after the damage he has dealt just then and really put his opponent on the back foot, I think he'll be okay. That being said, Lambo was able to crush their previous mech force, so maybe he doesn't even need as much as he had prior to break it down here on Varney Research Station. Moves forwards, gonna get himself in a Thor. It's always nice, keep those numbers down as quickly as you can do, and then just back out. Don't have clear reconstitution, don't want to be sticking around too long with these roaches. What was that? Was it a missile turret? I'm not sure. But I think his units are having a bit of a hard time moving around, so he's like, well, screw it. Lambo now fully knows what he's playing against. He saw the mech. He cancelled some units there. What were they? Keeps cancelling things. Not sure what he's cancelling. He's got Corruptors in the mix here for the Vikings. But I would argue that that's more for the Banshee kind of play than anything, just in case there were heightened Banshee numbers. 13 roaches in production. Lambo, are you going to hit here with a full max out? He's had on a few more Overlords himself, though, as the Vikings do land. Hellions somehow wiggle their way around to the back lines of this expansion and kill off a few drones there. So not too bad. If Marine can sit around here on lockdown and then just be totally fine, but he only really has Hellbats. A few siege tanks at the back, though. They will make mincemeat of this army of Lambos, as he just needs to dance back and dance with some of those Hellbats a bit longer, out of range of those siege tanks. Now we see HeRoMaRinE on the warpath, on the move, knowing he's done a bit of crippling damage there to Lambo, who now needs to replenish across just 3 bases alone against this kind of mech army. It is difficult. 31 roaches. 31. But they need to catch that army while it's not sieged, if he's to make any kind of meal out of that fight. It's another Overlord. There's a lot of Vikings in there as well, just for the spotting more so than anything. And then knowing if his opponent is going to go into Vipers, they would be there and useful to deal with that. +2 weapons, groove spines, siege tanks now sieging up, out of range of this army. Not the easiest of places here for Lambo to fight against. A maxed out mech. Roach is going to move to the left-hand side here. He has to swing in from all sides, but that siege tank line is pretty strong. There goes the counterattack. Hellions have somehow found their way into the second base. And he's going to try and crush into this. I don't know if he has enough numbers, though, at all. The roaches at the back were cleaned up, and that's going to leave this tank line at the back completely strong. Lambo's going to lose the majority of his army. GG. HeRoMaRinE is going to force it onto a game number 5 here in the grand finals of the ESL Meisterschaft. And he keeps his hopes alive for first place. Don't forget, first place is a cool 1,500 euros, whereas second place is only 750. I say only, it's still pretty good. So well played so far here by both our youngsters in the ESL Meisterschaft, as only one of them will walk away with the trophy and get things gone. Get it done. As we have one more game left in us. here. All right. Lambo at the moment still looking kind of tired. He's been chugging those Red Bulls and continuing on. HeRoMaRinE, unfazed, well loading up. And it is indeed going to be Iron Fortress to finish things off. Quite the interesting map to finish it. All right, the final game in this best of 5 for the championship. It's the ESL Meisterschaft. Spawning down to the bottom right-hand corner, it's our blue Zerg. It is Lambo looking to power on forwards here. Claiming himself his first championship if he can get it. Lambo, 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 oh. Lambo, Lambo, oh. And spawning down to the bottom left-hand corner, it's our red Terran. Representing Mouse Sports, it's HeRoMaRinE. The German crowd here today has been really good, actually. Really, really good. Usually German crowds are kind of quiet, I must admit, but today I can hear them a lot. You know, so Marine has never been one to try and go for a 2 racks in the most tense of situations, and likewise he's not going to here. He's just going to play this out normally. He's going to get himself his Reapers. He's going to go over there and poke around and try and see what he can find. And I anticipate he will probably go for Bio, because in the games he's gone for Bio, he's won. In the games he's gone for Mech, he's lost. Out of these 3, I think I know. Out of this 4, even I think I know what I would do if I were him. All right. So. SCV already moved out right to the middle and has actually gone down to the bottom right. Interesting little scouting pattern there from HeRoMaRinE to keep things going. Gas is already coming in here against this. The command center should start pretty soon here for HeRoMaRinE, unless he wants to really change things up. His Reaper will cross the path and get over there pretty fast. So this SCV should be the construction kind. The construction type. He's the guy that likes building things. He almost got himself a drone to start things off. Those links pop out at just the most inopportune moment for him to really do much more with this Reaper in terms of drone damage. Has to dance against these Zerglings and fight on. Just in time for the last game. Put Law. Good job. 2 Reapers now. Third one is going to rendezvous with these guys pretty soon. Or, as I would say when I'm talking to Todd, rendezvous. And then he'll get angry at me. Always fun. Always fun. Ling's just charging around in this cliff, just in case these Reapers were to try and jump up. But double command center behind it, so HeRoMaRinE is really, really gearing up for a strong play once again. Strong mid game. Whoop, gonna get themselves a queen maybe. Very, very close to actually grabbing that. But don't get it in the end. Doesn't want to stick around either. The speed is about to finish up. He knows that it's about to finish up. He poked in there before and saw that there indeed was a gas. Even if he didn't go as far enough to spot the gas, he spotted the drones mining the gas, so he knows what's up. And then from here on out, he must go for bio. He must. Even if it's going to be a Banshee opener from there, the only safe bet is to go for bio here for HeRoMaRinE, surely. He's going to kill off these rocks and make it a little bit easier here for him to hold on to these locations. Third base has been taken already for Lambo. That's quite the ambitious third base. The Reapers and Hellions can get over there and start being irritating. Roach Warren, it might... No. I was going to say it might be a fake, but, I mean, you can see, you know, the Roach Warrens have been used in the past and even now to secure themselves third bases. If he did a fake, then oh my god, that would be the sickest thing in the world. I mean, he's got 2 Overlords about to pop, so if he makes just Roaches here, that could have been kind of crazy, but... If you're going up against a Reaper Hellion opener, you know that your opponent is probably going to be transitioning to Banshees, and then unless they're way out of position trying to do some damage to your mineral line, they're not going to do much. Lings are actually going in for a counter-attack here into the natural, and are actually causing a little bit of havoc down there in the bottom left. So not too bad. Gets himself a few SCVs. 15 Roaches. That's more than just a defense force. That is more than just a defense force. If he keeps those hidden, he knows that those Hellions are unlikely to stray onto creep. If he keeps those hidden, and the Baneling Nest is going down, Lambo is going for it. This is his tournament life on the line. With this aggression, with this attack, with this push. 20 more Zerglings. The Roaches going to skirt away from this army. Try and go around, not reveal themselves. One Roach, it reveals itself, and he wisely pulls that one to go for the defensive move. Uh-oh. He doesn't see it just yet. He still doesn't see it. This could be deadly, and now he sees it all. Now he sees it. 24 more Lings are on the way. But he don't know if he has enough defense to really deal with this. Needs to start morphing Banelings very, very soon. 10 Banelings morph in behind all of this. 4 bunkers go down. HeRoMaRinE knows he's in a lot of trouble here. He needs to create the Great Wall of Marine to try and make sure that this one doesn't go off his favor. If he can hold on, maybe he will be able to kind of traverse everything, but 94 supply against 63. The Banelings are on the way. The Lings and Roaches were able to crash through the wall before the Banelings were even needed. And these 2 Banshees at the back are having an absolute field day with those Banelings, but he's still got to cruise on forwards here. He's on top of the production of HeRoMaRinE. The SCVs get pulled off as well. And Lambo is looking for his first title here in Germany, as there's not really much he has left to say about this. The Roaches going to focus down that siege tank, and with that siege tank falling, it's up to the Banshees alone to try and bring this down. Very, very difficult task ahead of him. 14 workers against 35. A great move here by Lambo. Really well hidden. Very, very well executed. The fake of the third base. I was anticipating it myself and even threw me for a loop there for a second. But he's going to take down that siege tank, take down a few more workers. HeRoMaRinE is going to fight this one out for as long as possible and try and go for the counter-attack here with Banshees alone. But I don't know if he's going to have enough. The Lings are going to go for the SCVs once again. And I think he's killed off plenty. He's down to 4 SCVs, with Lings still flooding on forwards to kill off the remaining few. 3 workers left here for HeRoMaRinE against 46. The power here of Lambo. And what an upset. What an upset. 5 workers against 45. If Lambo is able to win this, he not only caused the upset in the round of 8 against Kung Fu Panda, he caused the upset here in the finals against HeRoMaRinE. He needs to do dramatic damage here with these Banshees to try and come back. The full wall off is done. Up towards the natural. Up towards the main. And there's plenty of Queens to really deal with this, as well as the Overseer. He spots the Banshees instantaneously. GG! And there you go. Lambo is the champion of the ESL Meisterschaft, as he played fantastically. Congratulations to him. What a championship. To cause the upset in the round of 8, to cause the upset here in the grand final as well, as HeRoMaRinE, 2-time second place finisher in the past 2 seasons, Brilliant play by Lambo.
Was war das denn? Ja, ist kein Problem. Lauf ruhig noch schnell durch.
Great job by Melly. Listen to her lovely German words.
Ja, Serie anspielen. Da seid ihr
Look how happy they are in the background. I love his beard.
Applaus für unseren Gewinner der ESL Meisterschaft.
And that does it, ladies and gentlemen.
Lambo.
A huge thank you for tuning in here to the ESL Meisterschaft. And I shall hand it over to our lovely Germans to conclude the ceremony. Bye for now. See you soon.
Meine Güte, das war, wie gesagt, ein verdammt spannendes Match. Alle über die komplette Distanz, 5 Runden. Was war da los? Hinher. Wart ihr euch nicht einig?
Ja, also HeRoMaRinE ist einfach ein starker Spieler und es war einfach scheiß knapp und ich weiß jetzt gar nicht, was ich sagen soll, ganz ehrlich.
Du brauchst auch gar nicht mehr sagen, meine Güte. Herzlichen Glückwunsch an dich. Du hast die ESL-Meisterschaft der Frühlingssaison für dich entscheiden können in StarCraft 2. Nochmal einen riesengroßen Applaus von unserem wundervollen Publikum an unseren Sieger. Deswegen will ich dich auch gar nicht weiter belästigen. Feier du noch, freu dich, weil meine Güte, wir haben's. Möchtest du noch was kurz sagen?
Einmal noch danke ans Publikum in Köln. Ihr wart echt krass geil. Obwohl HeRoMaRinE ja der Kölner Bur ist und ich ja nicht aus München komme, aber ihr wart trotzdem saugeil. Also echt Kompliment an euch. Klasse.
Und ich meine, was ist diesen Worten noch hinzuzufügen? Die Bude ist immer noch gerammelt voll. Nochmal einen großen Applaus an unsere Caster, dass sie euch so wundervoll durch den Tag begleitet haben. Und ja, wir haben den letzten Tag der Spring Season hinter uns bringen können. Mit einem Lachen, mit einem weinenden Auge natürlich. Ja, Hearthstone, meiner T-Cox hat es für sich entscheiden können. StarCraft, ja, hat Lambo das Ding mit nach Hause genommen. Nochmal für FIFA, Salzor, Counter-Strike ging an Mousebots, League of Legends ging ebenfalls an Mousebots. Und ja, für alle, die uns durch die ganzen 3 Tage begleitet haben, erstmal vielen Dank an euch. Wir machen das Ganze nur, ja, für die Zuschauer, für die Leute hier vor Ort. Ich hoffe, ihr hattet genauso viel Spaß wie ich. Und ich hoffe, wir sehen uns in der nächsten Season wieder. Natürlich noch einen großen Dank an unsere ganzen Partner. Und ja, das war's von mir. Bis zum nächsten Mal.